Okay, here's some more hip range of motion mobility exercises that I like to do to get the front and backs of my legs more balanced and to warm up the hip joints themselves. So first of all, it's helpful to have a yoga mat or something that has a line on it, because you're going to try to line up exactly on your side with or without a cat walking by. So I'm looking at this front line. I just don't want to see that my hips are back. I don't want to see that my hips are forward. I want to see that I'm all kind of lined up along the line and that my 2 feet are stacked on top of each other, not like one is shorter than the other. Oh, there's so many cats out here. All right, yes. And then keeping the legs parallel, I'm gonna lift up and come down, lift up and come down. I'm gonna try to not to let internal rotation or external rotation happen right now, but just try to keep them parallel. Actually, watching yourself recording a video is a good way to know what's going on. And just take this a few more times. The other thing you want to watch for is make sure that your hip, my arm over here, is not rolling forward, belly isn't forward too much, and especially that your hip is not rolling backward. This happens a lot. You will fall over backward after that happens. So you can have your hand here for support, but bringing the belly in and trying to keep the hips stacked on top of each other, just straight up and down the whole time, and try to make the movement there minimal is ideal. Then you can take your leg into external rotation, so that again that's turning the toes up, knees up, and lifting, again trying to keep the hips stacked. I would only take this a few times in each direction. Internal rotation. Ooh, exciting. And just notice your body's desire to turn if you find that that's happening, and just try to stabilize yourself. These movements don't have to be big, they don't have to be a lot. They'll have a big impact. Okay. Then take the leg, join the calf and the thigh together as much as they do, and go around in as circular of a motion as you can. Keep the calf and thigh joined together. Again, we're trying to keep the body more or less stable. Maybe more, maybe less. Go around the other direction. Big circles. Feel that hip joint. Feel the hip joint. All right. And then I like to bring the foot in front. My teacher likes to have a block here and put the foot on the block, but I just like doing it like this. Now I'm gonna resist. I'm pushing my leg that way and I'm resisting, both with my other leg and also with my arm. So I'm pushing the bent leg backward. This is not like a big movement thing, but I feel it a little. And then I'm gonna do the other, where I'm gonna push. This one is a little more tenuous on me. I'm pushing the bent knee forward. Like I can, in a way, barely feel this. It's a sharp feeling in my glutes, but I feel like it's like I have very little strength here. So this is a good one for me. You can pulse it a little bit if you want to, but again, a little bit goes a long way. You're really just trying to wake up muscles, and it's more about doing a little bit on a regular basis than doing a lot at any one moment. Okay, now this is straight from Pilates. Sweep the foot up, lift, flex, and come back down, heels together. Sweep up, lift, flex, and come back down. Sweep the leg up, lift, flex, and back down. And last time. And then going the other direction, up. And I don't know if it matters which one you do first. Probably a Pilates person could tell you, but I can't. You can see my legs a little wonky. There's a little bit of wiggling and stuff going on there. We're trying to keep the body aligned and all that. Okay, next one is bicycles. They gotta see this. So yeah, you're gonna attack me up here. So bend the leg, knee to knee, trying to keep I'm already rolling back here, trying to keep the hips stacked and keep the foot, the knee, and the hip all in the same plane. So I don't want my foot up high, I don't want it way down low. I want to keep the foot, the knee, and the hip all in the same plane-ish. All right, so right now my foot is close to my buttock, and then I'm gonna extend back. This is the part that's really hard for me. So my whole body wants to roll backward. So I'm trying to keep one hip stacked on top. Oh, there I go. Stacked on top of the other. So this is about me pulling into my abdominals and then using my glutes and hamstrings to stabilize. Bless you. And then sweeping that forward, bend, keep it bent, knee to knee, reach the knee back, keeping it bent. Now for me, trying not to bow the whole torso forward, extend back, sweep it forward, bend, bent leg comes back, extend back, trying to keep the hips stable, sweep it forward, bicycles. One more this way. Really go in slow motion to build strength and coordination. Okay, other way. Bend, sweep it back, and then extend and sweep it forward. Bend, sweep it back, extend, sweep it forward. Bend, back, extend, sweep it forward. And then let's do a extend forward, sweep it back, bend, extend forward, sweep it back, bend. Trying to stabilize the upper body and the hips. And even if you don't feel great doing these, you probably will notice a big difference when you come up. Okay, I think that's it for this side. You can do all the same things on the other side. And let's see, 6.5 minutes. Okay, I'll do the things on the other side here. I'll face this way. Let's see if I can do them in the same order. Possibly not. Okay, what did I start with? Just lifting. Scoot up here so you can see the feet. Again, trying to keep my body lined up with the edge of the mat. And then doing maybe some external rotation, keeping hips stacked. Internal rotation. A little pigeon-toed feeling, keeping the hips stacked. And then big circles. One interesting thing that I found out doing these range of motion practices is that the hip that I always thought of as my problem hip was really not as tight, had a better range of motion than this hip. I think this hip is more strong and stable, but it also has a more limited range of motion, and I really didn't realize that until I was doing these exercises. Okay. Resistance. So my knee is pressing forward against, oops, no, I'm doing it wrong. My knee is pressing backward toward the back side of me here, and then we'll do the forward. And either put it up here. I've been resisting against the leg, but it works a little better up here for me on this side. I don't think it really, as long as you're getting in there, and especially if it's an area where your body is really, that's a capability that's kind of been asleep. A little bit goes a long way, so don't overdo it. Okay, and drawing the leg up, extend, and drawing the leg up, and extend, and drawing the leg up, and extend. One more time, and then all the way down, and all the way down, and sweep up, and all the way down, and sweep up. Last one, all the way down, sweep up, and bicycles. So going back. Now look, my foot wants to go up, so you're trying to keep the foot and knee in line, and that might be hard to tell on your own. And then extend back. This part is really hard for me, so sometimes I linger here a little bit. Sweep it forward. Really noticing when your body is trying to roll to compensate. This is where I can tell I'm super tight through the front of the hip here, because it will not go back. Oh, it doesn't want to do that. No, it doesn't. So it really just means that I need to strengthen the back of the body in order to bring balance, because the front of my body is so much stronger here in this particular set of motions. All right. And then doing it this way. Okay, so that's hip warm-ups, range of motion for hips and front and back of legs. Hope those work for you. Try them out.